Hey there, welcome back to Shire Crossings Realty. After our last conversation, I took the liberty of putting together a little list of prospective Hobbit holes and houses that I think you might be interested in throughout the Shire. So why don't we go take a look at those. The first ones that I'd like to show you are in West Farthing. So why don't we take a little carriage ride over to there, okay? We can check those out. Our first stop on the list is Tuckboro. Now, Tuckboro is a nice little artsy community. They're famous for their woodworking and pottery. And as you can see, this particular Hobbit hole is located in a really great area. You got all those rolling hills and beautiful meadows. What more could you ask for in the surrounding areas of a Hobbit hole? This particular Hobbit hole features, it's very spacious. It features a study, a dining room, a kitchen, a parlor, one full bath and one half bath, 2 bedrooms, which is great. You can have one as a guest room or make plans for a future family, anything like that. And you also get a pantry, a wine cellar, and a storage room. Yes, it's a very roomy Hobbit hole, so never have to worry about too much space. Never have to worry about running out of space. Do you want to go ahead and have a look inside? All right, let's head in. So here we are in the parlor. You can kind of go around and look in all the rooms and see what kind of a feel you get for it, okay? What are you thinking? You really like the house, but you're not sure about the location? Okay, no problem. Why don't we head over to Wemoot, okay? There's a nice little place there that I'd like to show you. So, now this is the charming little hole in Wemoot, or Wemeet, depending on where you're from in the Shire, of course. And the nice thing about this location is that Wemeet is definitely not on the road to nowhere. It's basically on the road to everywhere. The East Road comes in by it. There's a road from Little Delving that comes in by it, and there's a road from Tuckland that comes up to it. Kind of where they all meet is where this cute little village sprang up, which seems a pretty natural reason for a village to occur. So, literally, so it's quite charming, even though it's a small village, and it's just very convenient with all the roads that you have access to. You don't have to worry about going too far to get anything. Would you like to take a look inside? All right, so here we are in the parlor once again, and this particular hall features a dining room, a kitchen, the parlor, 2 full baths, 3 bedrooms, lots of space, again, for anyone you'd like to have come over and stay or expand your family, a pantry, and a storage room. You don't think you need quite that many bedrooms? Okay, no problem. Well, there's another one that I want to show you here in the East Farthing, in Michel Delving. So why don't we just head over to there. So this is the house in Michel Delving that I wanted to show you. Obviously, this one's a house, not a hole, because Michel Delving is the largest settlement in the Shire. So it's kind of, if you're interested in city living, this is a good place for you to be. And this house doesn't have quite as much room as some of the Hobbit holes, just because, Michel Delving is highly populated. But why don't we go in and take a look at it, okay? So here we are. It's kind of a nice little house, and in here you do get a dining room, a kitchen, a parlor, a full bathroom, a bedroom, and a storage room. It's a nice house, but you're just not that interested in city living? Okay, no problem. Well, let me see. That's everything that I have for the West Farthing. but there is a house in the East Farthing that I'd like to show you. So why don't we head over to northern Buckland, okay? That's where the house is that I'd like to show you. Have any problems with northern Buckland? Yeah, technically it's not in the East Farthing. It's actually too far east to be considered the East Farthing, but it's kind of, east toward the East Farthing, so some people make the mistake of calling it the East Farthing, so I generally say that just to give people the location, but you are absolutely correct. Buckland is outside the East Farthing. As long as you don't have a problem with that, we can check that out. You're good with that? Okay, so we'll be heading to the village of Crick Hollow. It's kind of a cute little village in northern Buckland. All right, let's go check that one out. So here we are in Crick Hollow. This is the house that I wanted to show you. This is a very cute little house. It's not huge, not like those huge hobbit holes. However, it does have a few features that you may be interested in. For one thing, it's a great location. It's just a couple miles to the Brandywine River, and the Buckleberry Ferry is just a couple miles, so easily within walking distance. You can cross the Brandywine with ease, no worries about that. So, like I said, very, very convenient location. And it's kind of backed up really near the Great Hedge. That's within walking distance. You can see that. Which of course I'm sure you know was built to keep out all of the dangers of the old forest. Don't recommend going into the old forest, though, if you're very adventurous, you could do that too. I believe that there is a weird little guy named Tom Bombadil and his elvish wife Goldberry who live there, but you might not make it to meet them because there's a lot of other not so nice things there, so... But it's just kind of nice to have the view, and you've got the Great Hedge, which is something that's kind of fun to talk to your friends about since it's so well known. Now let's go check out the house inside, okay? So here we are. Isn't this a cozy little house? Yeah, for a house it's really not bad, I mean, it's not as good as one of the holes, but, it is a cute little place for a house. And let's see, you get a bedroom, a parlor, a hall, of course, a kitchen, a full bath, which you're going to want to check that out because there's actually multiple bathtubs in the full bathroom, which is handy if you're doing a communal bathing night or something, I suppose. And one of the unique features is that you get a front and back door because, of course, this is a house and not a hole, so... very easy to do a front and back door in. And then, outside, I'm sure you saw it when we walked in, cute little garden and very spacious yard. So, how are you feeling about this place? It's pretty cute. Go ahead and walk through it and take a look around, check out everything, and see what you think, okay? This one might be the place, but you'd still like to see a few more? Okay, no problem. Let's see what else do we have on... let's see, what else do I have on my list here? There is a place in the South Farthing, in the village of Longbottom. South Farthing places tend to go pretty quick because the climate is, of course, a little warmer there. But why don't we go check out that place and see if it piques your interest, and if not, we can always come back here to the cute little house here in Crick Hollow, okay? Okay, let's go. Alright, so here we are. This is the house I wanted to show you in Longbottom. As you can see, lovely little hobbit hole, very nice and cozy, beautiful rolling meadows, and actually out back, the previous owner was a pipeweed grower, so there is actually a field of long bottom leaf that will become yours with the transfer of the hobbit hole. So you will, of course, get to keep that, and as we all know, long bottom leaf is the finest weed in the South Farthing. Oh, you're an old Toby fan? Well, yeah, my cousin Bilbo was a huge fan of the old Toby, but, you know, each to their own. So I'm personally a large fan of the Longbottom leaf. Perhaps your friends are as well. You could always trade some of your own crop of Longbottom leaf for some old Toby. One thing, if you do like this place, I do recommend putting in an offer fairly quickly, because places in the South Farthing do tend to go pretty fast. You don't think this one's for you? Do you want to go in and look at all before we go, or no, you're quite certain it's not for you? Okay, let's see. What else do we have on the list? What was that? Anything in the North Farthing? Let me see. There's not as many settlements in the North Farthing, you know. Cooler temperatures and rocky soil. It's not as popular. Now, that's not to say that the soil in the North Farthing can't be farmed, because of course it can, you know. It's big barley country up there, you know. We need someone to supply all the barley for our beer, and they do a great job. They do a great job of that up there in the North Farthing. So let's see. Actually, yes, there is one on my list here that was available up there in the village of Cleave. Shall we take the carriage up there and go check that out? You'd like to do that? Okay, well, let's go on ahead and do that then. So here we are. This is the nice little hole I wanted to show you here in Cleave. It's fairly roomy inside, which I'll show you in a moment, but I wanted you to take in the village. It's kind of cute here, the way the village is built right into the cliffs, which are so common here in the North Farthing. And this particular village is pretty close to the border of the Greenfields border, so it's kind of a fun little landscape feature. Why don't we go into the hole and check it out, okay? So as you can see, it's pretty roomy, pretty spacious, and in this beautiful hole you get a study, a kitchen and dining combo area. This particular hole does not have a separate dining area, so if you don't mind eating in the kitchen, this could be the place for you. You do have a parlor, of course, and there's one whole bathroom and one half bath, which, you know, is kind of handy if someone's in the full bathroom and you just need to wash your hands or something. You know, if someone's taking a bath in the full bathroom and you just need to use the facilities quickly, it's always handy to have more than one bathroom. Especially if you have, you know, a lot of friends over in the evening to sing songs and things like that. You're going to want to have an extra bathroom to accommodate everyone. It's always handy. And you do get 2 bedrooms with this hole, so plenty of room if a few of those friends need to stay over for the evening. And there's also a wine cellar to keep all your favorite vintages safe, and an additional storage room, which you can use either for storage or turn it into a pantry or an additional guest room, anything like that, you know. You really like this place? All right. Do you think you'd like to put in an offer on it, or would you like to see a few more? You think you'd like to put in an offer on this place? Okay, then we'll just cross the house in Crick Hollow right off the list. Would you like to do a full price offer or something a little below asking price? You think the asking price is a little high? Yeah, I'd actually have to agree with you. I think the asking price is a little high, so I would recommend offering a little less, and they can always counter if they don't like your offer. Up here in the North Farthing, you're not going to have as much competition, so I wouldn't worry about them taking someone else's offer over yours. This place has been on the market for a little while just because North Farthing is not quite as hot of a destination, so Yeah, I'd go ahead and put it in an offer a little under asking price and see what they reply, okay? All right, well, why don't we jump in the carriage and head back to the office, and I can write up the offer, walk that over to the owner's realtor tonight, okay? Okay, great. Let's head back and get that underway.